Hey everybody, Gabby here, and today I am doing a video on the team you see in front of me. I think we're going to record a few battles with this team this week, so hopefully you enjoy it, and if you want to try it yourself, the code is right there. Now, as the team builder's name implied, this team was built by Chalky, so thank you so much for letting me feature the team. And it's pretty interesting because it harkens back to an earlier time in VGC with 4 out of the 6 Pokemon on this team very popular in past formats. So you may notice that this team features a Thundurus Incarnate and a Landorus Therian right off the bat. These are the genies of the healthy meta, as they have been called, and together are a really powerful lead. Now, something that's different about these genies in VGC 2020 Series 7 versus where they were in the past is that the Thundurus is Life Orb Defiant, which is something that I don't think ever really picked up popularity in the past. Dynamax just makes that so much more viable with that extra bulk really coming in handy. And you'll even notice that this Thundurus has Iron Tail teched on as well for a max Steel Spike to even further increase its defenses so that this Thundurus doesn't have to worry about Rock Slide, like at all. Obviously, Ice Beam is still a problem, but that's why you have Pokemon like Metagross and Cresselia on the team. We'll get to that later. Landorus is just a really solid Intimidate user. Always has been, probably always will be. This one is Assault Vest for the little extra bulk. Also could be an interesting Dynamax option if you decide to go that way. Max Knuckle can boost the attack of the Landorus, of the Metagross, and of the Thundurus quite nicely. U-Turn, Rock Slide, Earthquake, very standard moveset, but again, Dynamax just gives it some different options that it didn't really have access to in the past. Now, Metagross is a really interesting Pokemon and one that I'd really like to explore a little bit more as Series 7 goes on. Its typing is fantastic. It has amazing defenses. Clear Body is just like so much better than what it used to be, especially with all these like stat drops being thrown left and right with Dynamax in addition to Intimidate. So Metagross basically just gets to set up on the field, which is why this one has weakness policy. So once Metagross gets those boosts, it's able to hold on to them and really just keep that snowball going. You know, it gets the +2 from weakness policy, maybe a +1 from a Max Knuckle here or there. Really solid Pokemon. Cresselia is the support Pokemon of the team. It has access to Icy Wind and Trick Room as speed control, and then Ally Switch as well. Just a really solid defensive move, as we have all learned. And Psyshock is the last attack. Also, Metagross knows Iron Head, Stomping Tantrum, Ice Punch, Protect, I believe. I know my face is covering it. Togekiss was, I think, also meant to just be sort of a bulky tech Pokemon. You know, Follow Me, Dazzling Gleam, Air Slash, Super Luck, Scope Lens, pretty standard set from past formats in VGC 2020. I think if I were to make a couple changes to this team, I might consider swapping out Togekiss for a Mungus, just because that will get you closer to a Fire, Water, Grass core. Not that there's fire or water on this team, but Togekiss is just not as good as it used to be because of the prominence of Metagross and Thundurus and Regieleki right now, unfortunately. And Amoonguss just has a better defensive synergy with all those things, barring Zen Headbutt on Metagross, which is actually the move that Metagross has. It's not Stomping Tantrum. It's Zen Headbutt. I got there. I got there. And then last but not least, Choice Scarf Urshifu is really just meant to sort of close out the team. You know, it's not the Pokemon you lead with, it's the Pokemon you finish with. So once you get a couple of KOs and you can safely choose what move that Urshifu can lock into, then you go for those giant Wicked Blow crits and just really kind of smash through any of the opponent's remaining defenses. So overall, it's a fun team. There are certainly some things that could be tweaked, but if you'd like to try it out yourself, again, the code is right down there. And now that I'm done talking about it, let's get into battle. So I'm excited. I played with this team a little bit on stream on Friday evening, and it actually got to Master Ball with it. And I also was really excited about that because that means I can go back to just streaming games on this cart. So Oh, that was interesting. So I did check my rank before the video, and I was at around like 5,000 something. And then I went to 6192, but now I'm 6190. So I didn't play any games, but I got 2 points there. So that was nice. And today we're playing Brad. So good luck, have fun, Brad. And Brad is running a very, I don't want to use the word stereotypical, but um, very prominent, maybe would be the best way to phrase it, trick room team for the metagame right now. Glastrier and Dusclops together are stupidly powerful, and it's something that you really have to be careful of if you're not prepared for it. So I think what I'm going to do is, it's interesting because as much as I want to lead Thunderous Landorus, they really don't have an answer for Trick Room. And I know I just said don't lead Urshifu, but I almost want to say leading Urshifu here might be good. I think instead we'll go Metagross Cresselia. We'll take a bit of a slower start. Metagross will certainly threaten the Glastrier right off the bat. And then from there, we will use Cresselia's access to Trick Room to just mess with the dimensions a little bit and overall, handle things that way. And then as for the end game, I definitely want Urshifu, though I admit bringing a Choice Scarf Pokemon to a what's going to be a Trick Room battle is going to be a little bit difficult. And as much as I want to bring Landorus, I actually am going to bring Togekiss as my last Pokemon because Togekiss has better defensive synergy against this team, and I just want to be able to switch freely. Like, if I completely call this lead wrong, I just want to be able to back out without sending in Urshifu, quite frankly. And I don't think you can do that as a Landorus with this matchup. I mean, not only do you have to worry about the Glastrier, you have to worry about, the Tapu Fini, Muddy Water, Scald, Icy Wind. It gets access to all those things too. So, all right, and a good lead for us, actually. The Indeedee's going to want to try and redirect right away. We all know what Dusclops is going to do. So overall, it's not too bad. Honestly, the one thing I am worried about is the Dusclops having access to a Will-O-Wisp, because that's really the best way to weaken Metagross's attacking power. So we can't really switch the terrain up to stop that. Psychic terrain's already up, so if we were going to go for a Max Mindstorm, that would probably be the most powerful attack that Metagross has to offer right now. So yeah, you know what, let's try. And then I am going to go for the Trick Room to potentially reverse the opposing Trick Room. This might be a bad call. It's always tough, but given the lead of Indeedee and Dusclops, and given that there was no switch, I think that going for the Trick Room to reverse the Trick Room is honestly okay here. I think that if he were to try and count on the fact that I would reverse the Trick Room with Cresselia, he would have gone immediately for the Glastrier switch instead of the Follow Me. So, could still be wrong. Could be just walking into a Follow Me Will-O-Wisp right now, but for this moment in time, it's not looking that bad. It's not looking that... Oh, alright, we called it. For a second, I was like, oh no, Cresselia is moving next. What does that mean? And it means that we called it. So, unfortunately, now we start worrying about, how he's going to respond to the fact that we just Trick Roomed. But overall, I think we're still okay. I am going to ally switch this turn on the off chance that he decides that he thinks I'm going to go for another Trick Room. I still have Dynamax, and I can ally switch again next turn. I'm just trying to get my opponent confused. Like, if I can make them play all the mind games at once, then that, I feel, lessens the amount of pressure that is currently on this Metagross versus the Dusclops. So it is possible that Dusclops also just doesn't have Will-O-Wisp, but I kind of doubt that, honestly. Alright, so... Oh, and Indeedee's faster than Metagross. That's interesting. That is very interesting. Okay, and we got the Will-O-Wisp. Okay, cool. Alright. Still not great, but better. So now I think what we're going to do is not ally switch a second time. and go for the double into the Dusclops. I'm pretty sure we're gonna see a follow me. Yep. So hopefully my opponent predicted the second ally switch. The Psyshock's gonna do nothing, by the way, but it's fine. It's fine. I mean, that definitely put Indeedee into KO range from Mindstorm here, so I mean, that's kind of worth it in and of itself. Trick Room? No. Okay, yeah, that's fine. It's not great, but it's fine. We still have Cresselia on the field. We still have the speed advantage, and I think our opponent really does have to go for Trick Room now, so... Or we can just send in his Tapu Fini. I mean, now that everything's burned, right? You don't really need to worry about that as much. Alright, so let me take a moment here to think. So Tapu Fini is on the field. Last Pokemon, judging by how much my opponent was going for Trick Room, must be Glastrier. Their Trick Room setter is still just Dusclops. I don't see any downside to just, again, continuing to attack the Dusclops. I'm already burned. Tapu Fini, it can set up a bunch of Calm Minds, but we have Togekiss in the back to threaten crits on it, so we don't have to worry too much about the special defense going up. Special attack going up's not great, but we have enough bulk on the field that we can buy ourselves a couple turns of time. Also good to note that this Metagross is slower than their Tapu Fini, so if we do see a Trick Room this turn, I feel like that's also pretty good. For us, it just means that we don't have to worry as much about Tapu Fini getting an attack in before we do, so. Alright. No Trick Room. Okay. That's fine. Honestly, I'm okay with this. It's not great, but I'm okay with it. Looks like Dusclops as well is going to be KO'd this turn, assuming we get the double in again. And once he's down to his last two Pokemon as well, that means the Urshifu is a bit more viable. Even though the matchup against Tapu Fini isn't great. But that's okay. That's fine. It's slow damage. We do have Citrus on Cresselia to help, but really it's the speed control that we have to worry about right now. And really, once Trick Room is gone, once their threat of Trick Room is gone, I should say, we can use Icy Wind to turn things a little bit more in our favor too. So, getting rid of the Dusclops just feels so much better for this matchup. I wonder if I was right about the Glastrier being the last Pokemon. Yep. Alright, and the thing about Glastrier is that it normally holds weakness policy. Pretty effectively, honestly. So I think what we do is we avoid hitting it with any super effective attacks. Now this is going to be a little bit difficult because, okay, he does go for Dynamax. Max Hailstorm from Glastrier is just really difficult to deal with. And the Togekiss in the back of my party is really going to struggle against it. So we need to find 3 turns, essentially, to stall out the Dynamax between Togekiss and Cresselia. So how do we do that? Admittedly, I probably could have protected Metagross here. I don't think he goes after the Metagross, though. Even though it is sort of the threatening thing, I don't know. It just feels like it's at such low health, and seeing him go for the second Calm Mind, to me, would imply that he's trying to set Tapu Fini up to take it out so that Glastrier can use its superior attacking power to deal with the Cresselia. Or he just predicted an ally switch. That works too. I'm really just going to keep going for Iron Head flinches on this Tapu Fini, quite frankly. Again, like, I have Urshifu in the back. Like, Glastrier versus Urshifu is not a problem. I just need to get the Tapu Fini out of the way. And luckily, this Tapu Fini isn't protecting, so I can just pretty safely continue to dogpile into it, you know? This is fine. That was a crit. That was not a crit. That's just how good Metagross is. All right, that's fine. Oh, actually, wait, that's less than fine. We're gonna lose Metagross at the end of this turn. Oh well. Oh, are we lost it now? That's fine. Um. All right. So yeah, now we have to send a Togekiss. The question is, do we air? I think we air slash with Togekiss. Um. Yeah, I think we have to. And then do we ally switch? I mean, if I think air slash is gonna crit and get the KO on Tapu Fini, then actually wait, no, this is the last turn of Dynamax. All right, yeah, I think we ally switch air slash the Tapu Fini. And hopefully we crit or we flinch. And he doesn't call the ally switch. Maybe we'll be lucky. I don't know. It's not really a luck thing. Well, the crit is. The crit was a luck thing, but with super luck and with scope lens, I feel like it kind of tilts things in your favor a little bit. And yeah, Togekiss getting KO'd here, not great, but still, we have our Shifu in the back. We found our turns. I think we're okay. Not great, but I think we're okay. Oof. Actually, he could just protect next turn. Oh man, did I actually set it up so that we basically have one close combat to win? I don't know this calc. I don't know this calc. Well, okay, we have one close combat and one Psyshock. And if he protects, what do we hope for? Like, if he protects, then it's two Wicked Blows. But if he doesn't protect and goes for the attack, then it's just over. So I think we have to respect that. We have to lock into close combat here and just hope that he doesn't protect. Okay, yeah. Yep, all right. So hopefully Psyshock will be enough to pick up the KO from this range. Otherwise, it's definitely Chi-Chi's. I think that's an indication, though, that this Glastrier calced for that, which I think is interesting. I didn't realize you could calc to take that, but yeah, we're good. We're good. We're fine. We're fine. If he would have protected, then that would have been bad, because we did not go for Wicked Blow. But it's fine. It's fine. And I learned that you can calc to take a close combat from an Urshifu, which is definitely something I'm going to look into. So maybe that'll come into play in a future team that I'm working on. I don't know. But for now, I am going to stop this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like what you see, make sure to comment down below and to subscribe to my channel. I am trying to get more uploads going. I'm thinking on like a Monday, Wednesday, Friday cadence, but we'll see. I keep saying that, but you know, life. So yeah, but seriously, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. So until then, see ya.